Hello, my dears. Happy Wednesday. Okay, this was comical. I was at outdoor school yesterday with my class, and so didn't get you to do any stamping last night, but I was like, no problem. We have a staff meeting today, and I'll fly home and I'll create a card and I'll get on. And so as I left the building at 10 to 3 or 10 to 4, sorry, I went to open my car and my car would not open. And I had already put my bag in the back, but you can't lock my keys in my car. It doesn't work. You always just stick the bag in, then you go open the door because once the keys are in, it can't do anything. Anyway, my locker button had died. Needless to say, I was stuck at work. Husband had to come get me. So I do not have a creation from you, but don't worry, a creation for you. I'm not leaving you hanging. Hi, Jess. How are you, hun? What we're actually going to do, because this is what you do when you don't have time, is the case. So we're actually going to play with this one. And we're going to make this super cute little card from the catalog because I thought it was adorable. And so now you are going to make it with me, my dears. Now, one of the cool things about being a Stampin' Up! Demo is when we get a new catalog like this and you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this. How did they do that? How did they do that? What Stampin' Up! Does is they actually give demonstrators this like kind of document that goes through the whole catalog and tells us what the supplies were. It's super cool. Hi, Natalie. So it was great because when I came in a panic about, 11 and a half minutes ago, I was like, okay, I have a plan. We will breathe and we will play and then I will be happy. Thank you so much for all your sweet messages and love. We are slowly returning to the land of the living in our house, gaping whole, but we're coping a little bit better right now. Hi, Sharon. So, as I said, we are playing with this wonderful, what's it called? Timeless Tropical Stamp Set. I don't know my names yet. Well, I know my own name personally. Yes, that's the beauty of live, girl. We just wing it. So, we obviously, from that picture that I had briefly shown you, we know that we need this gorgeous stamp set. So when you get your stamps, was everyone sick? No, honey, we had to put down our sweet 14-year-old pointer on Monday. And as I've said to friends, it's one thing to go through it when it's, it was Sean and it was one thing to go through it, but then to go through it with children, I'm like, oh, I don't like this. The pain is, it's pretty horrible. So, but now we've hit the point of, yes, they're horribly sad when we walk in the door, but there's lots of giggling, happy, funny memories, lots of looking through phones right now at old videos and pictures, which is super good for them. But yeah, and I said like nighttime, it seems to be the hardest because he has slept with my 15-year-old since my 15-year-old was 4. They have been sidekicks. Hello there, Megan. I know. It was our puppy. I know. Puppy is good. Well, Harley is good. He's still on steroids. Steroid dog. And I said, even he's lost. Like, it actually kind of boggles your mind how much dogs grieve. Now, this is the one thing I am usually quite careful about. I do want to make sure that I am kind of sticking this stamp on correctly. So what I tend to do is if you kind of like, I don't actually know. So here, this is what I would have normally done in advance. This one goes here. I can see it. Okay. So you kind of just want to make sure that you match up your patterns a little bit. And I can see my patterns now. So that's all good. I'm going to peel this off. And we're going to just stick this on. Now, you do need to be really careful when sticking your stamps onto this. It is a near impossibility to get it off. You had a GSP? Oh, Megan, that makes me cry. Yeah, they're pretty wonderful dogs, and he was kind of a fluke. He was actually a rescue dog that we got, so not a breed I knew anything about. I don't know if I would have picked a GSP if I'd known enough about the breed. They are high energy babies. But yeah, he brought us more love and joy than I ever could have imagined. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to slap these stamps on some blocks. For those of you joining us, I locked my keys in my car at school, and Jacqueline, I am with you, girl. I needed it too. Locked my keys in my car at school. Sean had to come rescue me. The time that was going to be getting to create a card for tonight was not creating a card for tonight. It was waiting at the school for my sweet husband to come and rescue me. Anyway, we're casing tonight. You ready, girls, boys, everyone? So what we started with is I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock. Yes, ta-da, scored. And then I bust into, if you haven't kind of seen it yet, I'll show you in a little bit more detail. So this is this gorgeous new Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper. And so you've got, everything's two-sided. Yes, all paper is. And hi, Christy. Hi, Case. Okay, so we've got this one. And we're actually going to be using this super cute pineapple print today. This one I love. And they actually have memories and more cards that coordinate with them as well. So gorgeous. And a Stampin' Up! Always comes to my rescue because I'm a little bit color challenged. I don't have to think. They just put it together for me. So what we are going to do is I've got a piece of cardstock. I just Whisper White, regular, not the thick, because I'm doing some stamping on this one. It's not a card base. I'm just running my sanding block over. If you are wondering why I'm doing this, I find that when I first get stamps, maybe the ink doesn't adhere quite so well. There's like a little bit of a film left on them. You can scrub them off with whatever you want. Even just using your Stampin' Scrub's probably fine, or your chamois, but I just find that's a fast way of me kind of getting them all set up to go. So, as I mentioned, for me, this is kind of easy because all I had to do was to look at the little post that Stampin' Up! Has for demonstrators to figure out my colors. So for me, I'm going to use an old olive marker. I'm going to use an early espresso marker. Now, this is a little bit weird, and this is where we kind of get, there wasn't anyone to rescue you. Hi, Donna. Yes, well, thank God for Sean. He rescued me. And it was cold outside, and of course, this morning I did not take a jacket. Shh, don't tell my children. So, okay, early espresso, going through, foop, foop. Yes, nice and easy. Now I can always redo these at the end if they need another little schloop of color, because it's going to dry out a little bit as I'm coloring the other parts. Now I'm going in with my old olive, and we're schlooping it all over. That's a word, S-C-H-L-O-O-P. As I've said, anything is a word if you can spell it. It was funny. Today in class, I had dropped something, and I said, oh, shabangwa. The kids are like, what? I'm like, it's a word, man. I can spell it. Okay. So I've got this all nice and colored. Now, you don't have an old olive. You can't actually, well, I don't feel like it works. You can't really color your stamps with blends because they're alcohol based. They dry almost instantly, Becky. And so it's not going to do what I'm kind of wanting it to do in terms of me being able to stamp with it. I'm actually just double checking because I have more than one marker. Yeah, there we go. My olive marker, I have one that's I knew was kind of drier. So I'm going to get this one. We're going to go right back over it. Ta-da! Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to huff on it. You make sure that your teeth are brushed. Hi, Marika. Hi, Debbie. And then you go. So I'm just breathing. Well, you can tell because now I got it all hot and steamy. It's all hot and bothered. Ta-da. Stamp it. And lift. Look at it. Gorgeous. So we've got that really pretty, nice, vibrant old olive. Using your, yes, it is. Okay, we're going to do one more shot because I do want 2 sets of trees based on the sample that I am casing. So we're going to come in here. We're going to do this again. Which was the better one? Do you remember? Did you see which one I put down? Not that one. I can tell right away. Okay, now we're going to come in here. We're going to do this again. Notice I'm not using the tip of my marker. If you use the tip of your marker on your stamps, you're going to get it all fuzzy. It's going to break down, and then it's not great for coloring in kind of smaller or more detailed images once you've got that tip all kind of schmooped. Okay, so I'm just going over it. Ta-da, ta-da. Hello, Cheryl. Don't hyperventilate. I won't. Hey, I have epilepsy. You're not supposed to. They used to do that to make us, to try and like, I don't know, get you to have a seizure during an EEG. They'd make you like hyperventilate on one of those fans. You know the fans that you blow to make them spin? Okay. Stamp, stamp, stamp. There we go. 2 gorgeous ones. Now, the next thing that we need, and I'm kind of going to be grabbing things as we go, because as I said, I literally just ran into my house. It was not the most well-timed day. Okay, so this is just a scrap of paper. I know it's got, it's already been die cut, but I got something on the bottom, so I'm just going to work up in here and I'll stamp the thing that I need stamped. So now we're going to go to this gorgeous flower here. It says if I look in terms of the ink, I'm trying to check for the ink pads. So this is basically something that they give to Stampin' Up! Demos. We actually get like a link to, like, I don't know, it's like what do you want to call it? It's like a recipe book. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're gonna go. It shows that they have used Petal Pink. Really? Classic Stampin' Pad is Petal Pink? And then, okay, well, we're going to play with it a little. We'll see what happens. I don't feel like it looks very petal pink, but maybe I'll mess with it a little bit with some blends. Okay, ready? Tap it. Ink, 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 ink. Thank you, Angie. Okay, hang on. Stump. Card recipes. Thank you. Do you ever have those moments where you're like, I know, oh, you're not. Okay, you're going to have another lesson tonight. Guess what your next lesson is? Your next lesson is re-inking a stamp pad, because that should not be that light. So we're going to come in here. If you have never re-inked a stamp pad, I go like this. I draw some lines. You can use a spoon. You can use, I don't know, plastic, like anything like that. I have a bone folder. I don't care about it. I wash it off after. It's all fine and dandy. I can use it. It is stained and looks hilarious, but does not bother me at all. Okay, so we're going to go into there. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Ink it up. Let's try it again. That's a little bit better. I feel like I'm really missing ink on the center of this guy. We're getting more paper, people. Do you ever just have those moments? I'm like, it's not good enough. It's not going to cut it for me. Look at, we're using all these really cute die cuts. Ink, 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 ink. Do, 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 do. Da, da. There we go. Okay, better. Now, what I am going to do next, how cold is it in the Great White North? It's not very cold here. Honestly, like I'm being a total wimpy baby right now. It's not cold. Like in terms of what it can be in cold, it ain't there. And I'm going to come into the middle, and I think what I am going to do for me is I'm just using my Petal Pink, can you see that? My Petal Pink blends to add, and I'm just going into kind of where, remember I said that Stampin' Up! Does that idiot-proof shading for people like me? I'm kind of following their shading just to add a bit more definition and a bit more color to this. I still don't feel like I had that guy inked well enough. And then I'm actually going to pull this right out into the edges. Now this is what we call no line stamping. And I know you're like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I can see lines. But, well, it's actually, I didn't go quite no line. You can actually use like things like your Sahara sand and you stamp it off before you do it, and then you color inside of it, and it leaves no outline images. Just looks like you did this beautiful kind of painted version of a card. So I know this isn't quite there, but it's really nice that you can actually use blends with your, what's it called? Oh my God, where are you? I don't know what's happened. I missed it. I don't know. What's where? Who's doing what? I missed it. Okay, so I'm just, now again, see what I'm doing? Can you see the color coming in? We're zhuzhing it up, people. Zhuzh. Okay, that I can't spell, but I have a girlfriend who says zhuzh all the time, so it's got to be a word. Okay, so that's all said and done and gorgeous. Next thing we are going to do is we're going to get a little piece of Pool Party cardstock. I know it would have been nice if these things were all prepped and I wasn't jiggling the stand in front of you, but life took over today, so we're going to roll with it. So we're going to go into here. I am going to grab this piece of Pool Party ink. Sorry, I'm going to put these away. I am going to grab, I think I'm going to grab my Pretty Peacock. Okay. Looks like what the sample color is in here. So we're going to take that Pretty Peacock ink and we're going to use it on Pool Party paper. And I'm going to stamp it kind of way down at the bottom, as kind of close as I can get it. Trying to keep my actual sentiment component straight. How'd I do? Woo! Look at that. You see that? Close and reopen. Oh no. Is your stuff happening again? Is your laptop open or kids online? Nope. Yeah, my kids are online, but we can handle more than that. There has to be an excess happening in my house for it to, and there's only one person online. So it's not, I don't think it's on my end. Okay, next one. You ready? We're going to slide up in here, and I'm going to use that gorgeous trimmer. People, remember, if you want the trimmer, this is the part I need people to understand, because I always feel so guilty, because afterwards someone will say to me, oh, I wanted that trimmer, can I buy it? Okay, so listen, here's how you're getting your trimmer. You're just going to go and you're going to sign up. You're going to become a demonstrator, and you don't have to panic and go, I don't want to be a demonstrator. I don't want to sell stuff. You're signing up for a discount, people. And the last time I checked, I don't know anybody who doesn't want a discount. And you take advantage of it right now, and you kind of play with it, and you have, basically you'll have January, February, March, April, May, June to make a decision. That's how long you would have to do your first quarter's sales. They kind of give us a nice like reprieve. And so you're going to get, if you're in Canada, you would get to pick $165 worth of merchandise. And you would get the free trimmer, and I know, keep going, and you would get a free stamp set of your choice, and you would get a DSP stack. All of that, and then the starter kit is a wicked deal. So, here we go. We're going to the big shop. Now, pull out your die cutting machine, whichever one it is that you have. I'm going to grab the coordinating dies. So I've got that. I know, Casey just joined. Casey is a West Coast creator. Sorry, I know I'm a dork sometimes. Sometimes. My children would beg to differ. They would say, Mom, it is all the time. And I am proud of it. Okay, so we're going to just make sure, I'm just lining him up. And now this is my hardest part for me is I have really wobbly, really shaky hands. So trying to kind of make sure that I don't bump it once I'm removing stuff. Smart people start with a discount, but shaky. Oh my God, I love you, Jacqueline. That was cute. Okay, Jacqueline has been on my team for years. 4 years now. Okay, crank, crank, crank. Pull through. Pull out your adorable, look at those palm trees. I was about to say pine trees. Can you tell where I live? These are not pine trees, people. I know I have mixed up pine cones and acorns before, but I am fully aware that these are not pine trees. I think I would have to give up my Canadian passport if I believed that that was true. They'd be like, dude. Okay, come in, crank your other one. Then we'll get the little flower die. We'll match it up with those. And I'll show you a little trick I use because when I first start using a die, it takes me a bit to become familiar with it, especially when you have a flower with, the orientations like this one, where you're kind of doing a little bit of guessing as to which way it's going to go. So we're going to pop in here with this one. We're going to do the same thing. Hello, Dot. How are you? Okay, so again, I can tell right now that's not the right way. So then I'm going to rotate it. Nope, that's not the right way. Nope, not the right way. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so just do a little bit of playing until you find it the correct orientation for your die. You remember the acorns? Yes, it was only mildly embarrassing, wasn't it? You guys are like, oh, and that's a pine cone. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Never said I was smart. Crank this through. Let's pull out our beautiful, look at it, beautiful flower. Put that one down. I'm putting the die back because I don't want to lose the die. Now, the only other thing that they showed in that gorgeous card sample in the catalog, Jen, I locked my keys in my car. Speaking of, not smart. But I didn't mean to. It was more because the remote battery died on my little thing. And so I couldn't get into the vehicle, but the keys were already in the vehicle. So it was awesome. So Sean had to come rescue me. I did not get to create a card when I got home from school as I planned today. So we are casing away straight out of the catalog. You're laid up right now? Dot, why? What's wrong? Okay, we're going to go through with this one. Dot, tell me. You were watching the acorns video too. Oh yes, many people were. And I seriously think many people were like, wow, this chick. She needs a little bit of help. Okay, so do you remember how many times we called the rhino a hippo from the kids set? Yeah, I do. I think I did that like on a regular basis. Get the hippo out. No, not a hippo, Ange. You know your animals. My kids had the Playmobil, all the Fisher Price sets. Okay, so we've got those. Now, I feel like I might want to zhuzh up the card front. On the actual sample that Stampin' Up! Uses, they have got, and I'll show you in the catalog so you can see what I'm talking about. So we've gone into this one, and they've got this guy here, and it's got this, and then we've gone into, he's going to come across here, and we'll flag him and make him look cute and pretty. I would say from the size of this that they actually used a smaller card base, okay? So not the size that I'm using, but we're just going to play with it and make it look wonderful. Now, there is one piece that I just noticed that we're going to need, and we're going to die cut that right now. We're going to get all these bits, and then I'm going to see what I've gotten here in terms of zhuzhing. Yeah, I might zhuzh. I've got a really nice leaf there. Okay, so we are going to still need... I'm finding my old olive scrap bag as we speak. I'm really hoping I don't cause an avalanche of things to collapse down as we are creating. You ready? Yes, Jack. Jack likes to love you. Well, thank you for loving me because sometimes I'm a bit of a bonehead. Okay, so we're going to come in and we're going to grab this one. I think it's this one. It looks like this one, people. And if it's not, oh well, we're going to make it this one. Okay, we need that machine again. How far did I get with it? Is it bad that I don't want to do anything tonight? I just want to sit down here and play. Okay, and now I took out the old olive paper. Anyone see what I did with it? I had a scrap. That's okay. We'll grab a new scrap because the old one will show up the second I stop looking for it. Slap him on there, and ta-da. Dot, oh no, okay, now Dot, I missed it. I was looking up and I missed what you said. Dot, I'm going back to check it. Freeze, freeze, freeze. You had your right knee replaced? Good Lord, girl. But you must be like in bed, no movement, yes? I'm gonna pop this out with my fingers instead of grabbing my tool. Hello, Valerie. Okay. Oh, yep, that was it. We got the right piece. Look at us. It's not, that's a pine tree. It's a pine leaf. It's not. I'm totally lying to you. Please don't repeat that. Okay, now I've got all these bits. I do want to do one thing. I want to take that gorgeous little sentiment strip that we've got and I want to flag the ends of it. But I don't trust myself with scissors because I'm that person who comes in and does the snip. It's not balanced. Oh, I'll go further. I'll go back. And then the next thing you know, the sentiment's like gone. So I find with this, I can kind of, that was perfect. That was exactly what I was hoping for. And I can get it cut out this way. And so with this one too, if you cut it, see how this one is a little bit shorter than this one? I'm actually can go in here, but I can remove such a minimal amount and still keep it centered that it, I don't know, it's just easy. Hello, who joined a bit late? I didn't see it. Bonjour, Guylain. And there's Susan, yay! Little movement, but you have to exercise. Ugh, I hate that word, exercise. It's a how many letter word? I know it's not a 4-letter word, but it feels like one sometimes. Okay, let's do this. So, if you were to stamp any, I think I'm actually going to use this gorgeous flower. Let's clean it because if I stamp it in petal pink, I'm going to be cheesed. We're going to come in here. We're going to clean it and then we're going to do a little tone on tone stamping. I often have people say to me, well, why would I buy Daffodil Delight ink with Daffodil Delight cardstock? Because Stampin' Up! Does them so that they all coordinate and you can do your tone on tone. Those of you joining us late, I am casing because I locked my keys in my car at school and I had to wait for my husband to get me, and what I thought was going to be creating time was not. It was standing in the cold like an idiot. But I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you, you joined late. That's okay. It's twice as bad as a 4-letter word. It's 8 letters. See? There's the problem with it right there, right, Cindy? 8-letter word, twice as bad as a 4-letter word. I'll tell my doctor that one. I don't think he'll go for it. Okay, and then here, I just try and kind of keep these. I don't want them all lined up the same. Okay, so we're going to go in there, slap that on. Now, this is not on the sample in the catalog. I just don't like naked card bases. For obvious reasons, people. Come in here. Let's do that. Oh, it was kind of funny, Susan. It was more because the battery died in the remote. So the remote was in the car. I could have driven the car, but I could not get the car open to get in. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to jump and we're going to put, oh, don't put your pineapples on upside down. Put your pineapples in a knot. Okay, and we're going to glue this one right down to card front, which I don't normally do. I'm not big on gluing things to my card front. I'm all over the lifting and the layers. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually start building a little bit, but we're going to use these, you know, your pine trees. I know they're not pine trees, they're palm trees. Just being silly. Now, do we hide? We do. We hide the bottom. Okay, so look what I'm going to do. Because nobody's going to see the base of my pine trees. I know, I remember that, Jacqueline. But you found them. They were in your bag. Okay. Or they were in your bed. They were even better. They were in your bed. So because no one's going to see the bottom of my palm trees, not pine trees. Now I can't even say it normally. I'm not worrying about the fact that I've got that dimensional hanging out in there. Okay. So we're going to go like that. We're going to slap him down. Do the same thing on this one. So we're going to jump in, grab your dimensionals. We're going to stay on there. Ta-da. Do that one. Okay, and then this one we're going to kind of hang off. We're going to let it hang the other way. And you can kind of, I don't know, if your card was smaller, obviously it would show a little bit less. I think that I will put him, okay, we're kind of on track. This is working. I'm happy here. The only thing that's missing is, and I'm going to show you this. They've got this little strip right here. Can you see it? You keep a spare key in your purse. Sorry. that's got the strip of the DSP. Now, that DSP strip is actually not from the designer series paper. It's from the Memories and More card pack that coordinates. Say it Hawaiian style, locals say coconut trees. I can call it a coconut tree. I know that. And then I will not call it a pine tree. So I'm not going to open up my Memories and More card pack just to do this one card because I have not opened it yet. But what I am going to do is we're going to find that gorgeous package of DSP that I was showing you. And I know that on the back of this one, they've also got a different one. Hi, Corey and Kathy. They're at the airport, I think. Are you at the airport now? Okay, so we've got this gorgeous DSP here. So we're going to take this, and this is where I'm actually going to steal my strip from because I don't want to open up that Memories and More card pack. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I think I'm going to take it like this-ish. Looking at that cute little trimmer again, people? Yeah, I know. Let's get you your trimmer. We're not done with it. I lied. Okay, so here, this one is, okay, so he's, I don't know, 3 3/4-ish. So if he's 3 3/4, I'm not going to do this a ton difference. I'm going to go 3 1/4, okay? Oh, you actually have to put it under the bar. That was comical. Don't do that. I shouldn't be trusted right now. Ta-da! Got it. Hi, my sweet core. I'm functioning, and again, as I said, I am doing a well-needed Facebook Live at this stage in the game, and it's feeling good. Now, I'm not loving the fact that it lines up with this. I don't want it to. So we're going to make ours a little bit shorter. Wait, I don't think we can make it longer. Are you longer? You're a bit longer. Let's check. Take me with you. Put me in your suitcase. I can make it to the airport. What time's your flight leave? Husband might be cheesed if I just disappeared, but you know, what he doesn't know can't hurt him. Okay, let's assemble this. So we're going to come into this super cute little flower. I love that it's already got embossed bits on it. I'm going to stick a little bit of snail right on the back. One time my purse was in the running car. Okay, I've got you all beat. This one is awesome. So I was teaching out, I don't know, by where I used to live, which was kind of out in this area called Deep Cove, and it's a beautiful area. And I had just finished school, and I was in a huge rush. So I'm heading out, and I need to throw something in a mailbox. So what I do at that point is I'm literally right by the school, and a really new teacher. So I jump out of the car, and I run to the mailbox to go and put in the letter that I needed to mail. And then this is not embarrassing at all, but I locked the door. So I'm standing outside of my new school with my car, not pulled over to the side of the road. No, because that would be, you know, responsible or mature or something like that. No. My car's in the middle of the road, but my car is running. Yes, it is running. And the doors are locked with my keys in. And my husband at the time works in Richmond. So anyone who knows North Van or lives in this area and just heard me say that went, ugh. And I was newly married. And so I had to call my sweet, sweet husband. And I had to say, honey, I love you, but I'm screwed. I'm stuck. I know you're in Richmond. I'm going to pull that down a bit. I know you're in Richmond, but I am stuck and I cannot get into my car. And my car is running in the middle of the street. The parents were howling at me. They thought this was just comical. I'm not going to lie. Me, not so much. Not super funny. Okay. Anyway, so yes, that was I one-upped myself at that point. Now, they've got, in their picture, they've got their flower kind of up in here. But because, well, maybe it's better. I don't really want it centered. But my card's a bit wider than the card that's in the catalog. So I'm kind of we're rolling with it, right? We're going to kind of we'll go there. Now, we've got all those bits put on. And the final thing, I was like, oh, where did they get those super cute yellow sequins from in here? Yes. So we've got a couple little last steps. I do laugh about it now. So does my husband when he brings it up. Tonight I called him when I called to say that I couldn't get in the car. He has this lovely phrase that he likes to use on my children, and he thought it was super good timing to use it on me. So when I told him that I was stuck outside the car with the keys locked in it, he said, well, it kind of sounds like a you problem and not a me problem. Anyone else want to know how that goes over when your husband says that to you? It did not go over well. I gave him the look. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a really good look. Okay, so we're going to come in here. Now, these are the Gingham Gala sequins. So these were available last year, but then they carried over. But we don't have the Gingham Gala paper anymore. But we've got these gorgeous yellow sequins. What? She locked her running vehicle with a kid she was babies. Do I know this person? Come on, Junk. Who was it? Fill me in. Okay, so we're coming in here and we're going to go for 5. And I'm kind of excited because I haven't used these in a while. So I love it when I get to pull out something that's kind of been sitting in the drawer. We'll do another one over here. Maybe we'll put them in there. And then I think I'll stick one more down at the very bottom. I should have just pulled that off a really weird location just to mess with you guys. Okay, so let's come there. Ta-da. I locked my car at the car wash with purse, keys, and phone inside. No, I don't know her, and it was not me. It was someone you know. Junk, I'm thinking it was you, and I think I'm going to have to rough you up for this now. Okay, next up. We need a little bit of my twine thing's a mess. I have not fed everything back through yet. So we're going to take a little bit of my Whisper White Baker's twine. We are going to hack it. We're going to toss this over here so you don't need to look at my mess. We are going to make a bow. It's amazing how husbands have no idea. Yeah. And then they wonder why we're cheesed, right? I was like, seriously, dude? Okay. And we're going to, hi, Diana. Oh, there's, hi, Sandra. Okay. Come on like this. Da, da. Even them out. Make them pretty. I'll chop it once I get them on because I need to know where I want my bits dangling. Be quiet, all of you. Corey's not on to rough me yet. Well, she might still be. Corey, you still on at the airport? Have you disappeared? Have you boarded your flight? Where are you? Okay, so we're going to steal a glue dot. Going to have to return it after, my darlings. Okay, so this one's going to come in. Now, again, sample card. They've got it kind of over on this side. Yeah, I guess we could do that there. I feel like it's not here. I'm going to put it up here. We're going to mess around a little bit. We're changing it up. But because my card's wider, right? You love bits. Hello, Julie. Okay, so we're going to come in here. Julie, I'm casing. Don't judge. I locked my keys in my car at school and didn't get to come home and create for my Facebook Live. So I was like, well, we're going to case today. Oh, I think I liked it longer. Okay, but you can't glue those back on. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. This set is stinking so cute. So this was our Timeless Tropical stamp set. We used those. I'm frozen. Am I frozen for everybody? I'm just kidding. I was just me being an idiot. I always, when someone says you're frozen, I always feel the need to like bust into that song from Frozen, but I won't because I can't sing. Anyway, I'm hoping that I didn't freeze for everybody. I'm hoping it was temporary with some people, but there is that gorgeous set. I feel like my center, does anyone else feel that? I feel like my center of my flower needs a rhinestone. We have petal pink. We have petal pink sequins. I'm going to petal pink it. I don't even know what these are from. I feel like I'm smelling burnt toast. Really hoping my husband's burning something upstairs. Here, hang on. You got to get this off. Are you coming off? Or are you just staying on? There we go. We got it. Just let it go. I know. Let it go. I think we'll put one more. Haha. Right in the middle of him. He was, okay, someone just said no. I don't know if that was no, don't put the sequins on. Or no, don't sing, which it could have likely been. Or also, it could have been, no, I'm not frozen. Okay, so there was the sample card. As I said, we kind of played it up on our own. I am going to do one more little thing. I'm going to grab my Calypso Coral. What are you? There we go. Okay, so we've got some light Calypso Coral because I feel like my flower is still lacking some depth. Okay, so I want to show you this. And I know you're all like, oh my God, you're ruining the card. Well, I might be, but that's okay. I know I can always redo my flower. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling in that little bit of Calypso Coral. Now, I know Calypso Coral kind of works wonderfully with petal pink, so I'm not all that concerned. And I'm going to go like that, okay? You case this for a birthday card. I love it. Now, we'll do this. Just a second. I know. I need crafting nights. Yes. It's actually quite interesting what I'm starting to realize in my life in terms of what I need in terms of self-care. Okay, so we're coming in just like that. And we're going to pull that Calypso Coral down and into the card. Yeah, so you're seeing it. Is it coming to life on, can you see it on the camera? Just a second, I can't even see it because it's underneath my thing. Oh, good. It looks like it. I can see it a bit on there. So I'm just taking that Calypso coral. You kind of work the edge of it with the petal pink and you pull it in, and it just, yeah, I feel like it's giving the flower a bit more of a tropical feel. Love it when you say share the rest of the story. I don't even know the rest of the story. You ever notice some of my stories don't get finished because I don't know, I see something shiny. Squirrel. There we go. Ta-da. Coloring. Tongue sticking out. There. I like that a little bit better. It just kind of gives it totally sandboxing, garden green and Pacific Point blends. Yes, Teddy, do you agree? It kind of gives it a little bit better contrast. Kind of makes it pop a bit more. He doesn't look so flat. Seems to freeze a tiny bit when someone sends me a message. Ah, interesting. Love it more. Good. Well, my dears, I'm so glad. Please don't forget, head to shopwithnorthshorestamper.com. Don't forget to use the host code. I think I just made it all shake. The bundle, let me show you it. It is on page 30. It's a page before this. Nope, it's a page after this. 39.40. There you go. Page 40 in your catalog. You can see the bundle right there. It's a $71 bundle. Item number 153811, but you're automatically going to earn a celebration reward with it, right? So as soon as you purchase this gorgeous stamp set and die bundle, you're going to get to pick a freebie from the celebration caddy, and super fun. I so appreciate your business. Remember, if you are wanting to grab that starter kit and get your free trimmer and stuff, message me. I will get you all set up. I would love to have you as part of my team. But thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you have a fabulous evening. Take care. Bye.